Here is a news flash. Political rivals generally target each other with vitriol leading up to an election campaign and during an election campaign. For many of you, this appears to be a revelation, because some of what is being said in the lead up to the US election in 2020 seems to have startled a lot of people. The problem for me lies in the US, where the whole racism debate seems to have been hijacked and defined for the rest of humanity. In the US, the best strategy for a non-white politician appears to be that you and/or a sympathetic media cites racism whenever you are criticised. What a wonderful shield to have around you that protects you from any form of accountability, responsibility, or scrutiny. Just taunt and target your opponents, and then claim the moral high ground that you are being targeted if anyone dares to respond or criticise you. And then label your opponent a racist. Okay, let's use President Trump as an example. You throw a barb at him and he seems to be of the school where you respond not in kind but twice as hard. This disturbs many people. But leading politicians throughout history have been tough with their opponents. Some with words, as in the US and other democracies, and others with more serious and permanent responses, such as incarceration, torture, and even death. Call me old-fashioned, but I prefer to see politicians duelling with words rather than the more physical alternatives. And yes, sometimes politicians tread a fine line with their words and criticisms of opponents and adversaries. Again, using President Trump as an example, his words very often test the rules of acceptance, particularly when, as I said, the US now seems to be the new global judge on what defines and characterises racism. But this is where I have a quiet chuckle. President Trump does not apply his vitriol to any one race, gender, or sexual orientation. Just ask Hillary and Bill Clinton, Nancy Pelosi, Elizabeth Warren, Jeb Bush, Angela Merkel, Chuck Schumer, Justin Trudeau, Jim Acosta, Michael Avenatti, and many, many others. He certainly doesn't discriminate, because he will insult you whether you are white, black, brown, male, female, straight, gay, Christian, Catholic, Muslim, or any other label you can apply to a person. So my problem is how society is so quick to take someone's words and place a label on them. Just about anyone can now make a statement and someone else will subjectively assess it and then label that person a racist, a misogynist, a xenophobe, an ageist, a homophobe, a misandrist, or maybe a venastrophobe. And there are many more phobias. So people, just relax. Don't get so stressed out by words, particularly those of politicians. Most of what they say is pure theatre. Just be thankful if you live in a country where your words will not cost you your life. So that is my view. Correct me if I'm wrong.